What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. This video is entitled Fighting to Be Right. Pride and ego and the need to be right can destroy two different peoples and whoever surrounds them. It can destroy a bunch of lives simultaneously. And this is one of the things I've learned a long time ago. You know, I get that sometimes you are right, but you don't want to fight to be right with certain people. And this is what I mean by that. When two people are dug into the fact that I'm right, no, I'm right, and they got a clash, either one or both of those people is just fighting to win. And it has nothing to do about being right or wrong. Some people are fighting to be right or fighting to win under the guise of fighting to be right. And what winds up happening is they destroy everything in their path. And then they wonder why, things don't work out. And the reason is because you fought for the wrong thing. As an adult, it's childish. As a parent, I realize and understand, why you have to correct the child to stop fighting to be right because they want to win. Is because, for one, you're a parent, they're a child. But for two, you don't want to groom them to go into society and just say, I need to fight for what I believe in and win at all costs, even if I'm dead wrong, because truth be told, I just want to win. That's an actual powerless position to come from, because what it says really is you don't have many wins in life, so fighting to be right is your only way of winning instead of just being right. And that's the thing about, if you're right, you don't necessarily have to fight for it. It will show itself to be true in time. And what I mean by that is, if you back off of a situation, like, you know what, you can have it. You want to be right, be right. Go ahead, do that. An adult who lives in that mentality is emboldened. I'm right. And you just like, look, you know what, go be right everywhere you want to be right. They're gonna go in a society creating fights to be right. And it won't catch up with them that, oh, they did this to me and they did that to me and this is wrong and this is wrong. No, you just dead wrong as a human being. You a loser who wants to win so much that you're going to create conflict everywhere you go to fight to be right. And a lot of this drama that people have and bring into their lives, and they bring everywhere they go, and they always want somebody to bow down to them, is part of this, is part of that problem. And I get it, because on the opposite side of that coin, you have people who you take their kindness for weakness, because they don't want to argue with you. So they don't fight with you to be right. They just let you have it. And what happens is people take that as, oh, well, I know I'm right. No, they just tired of arguing with you about stupid shit. But that emboldens a person to think, oh, this person is, they're beneath me and I'm the one that's right. And what it really is sometimes these people who let you win in a fight to be right know that if they crush you, you may never recover. So they're not letting you. they're creating a monster by not crushing you, because they know you lack confidence. And this fighting to be right is your pseudo way of getting confidence. And they don't want to destroy you. But when you get emboldened to the point where you think that you're above them, then they might have to crush you totally. And a lot of times when you get in that need to fight to be right, and I need to win, I need to do whatever I need to do to win, you set up the game. You set up the rules, because there's a certain decorum to how you interact with people. And when you're in a position where you're not interacting with people properly because you want to win, you set up the precedent that there are no rules when it comes to you in your fight to be right. So people know, okay, we're going low blows, you're throwing dirt in the eyes, stabbing you in the back before you even get there. Everything is fair game. And you got to understand, like, if you're a person who comes from that position of attack, if you've been attacking a person and playing dirty with a person for a long period of time, they're accustomed to dirty tactics. Who's not accustomed to dirty tactics is you, the person who wants to fight to be right and win at all costs. See, you're not accustomed to getting stabbed in the back. You're not accustomed to, to getting sand thrown in your eyes. You're not accustomed to the low blows. So it's going to hurt you worse than the person who been on the receiving end of it, because obviously they're stronger than you, because you learned how to pseudo win from them allowing you to win. Now, the other thing about like fighting to be right is the energy that it possesses. It's a different energy when you're fighting to be right in a righteous manner, and it's a different energy than when you're fighting to be right in a narcissistic manner. And people could tell a difference. Like, it's one wants a resolution in peace, and one wants anarchy. And I'm more so talking about the people who want anarchy, whether they know it or not, because some people are oblivious to the fact that they're anarchists who want to be right. And they're not cognizant of the idea that people could give you exactly what you want while you're fighting to be right and win at all costs. And the same thing that make you laugh, make you cry. And it's like, this isn't what I expected, because you wanted to be right so much you didn't pay attention to the story. Doesn't end the way that you write it in your mind, because the way that you write a story in your mind, the universe revolves around you. You have to interject all the other people's how they think, their ideas, their character, their integrity, what they bring to the table. Another thing I got to say about this before I get out of here. When you get accustomed to winning at all costs while you're fighting to be right, you might not necessarily take into consideration that the person that lets you win has more power than you. Because as they build your confidence by letting you win, or letting life teach you that lesson because they tired of arguing with you, sometimes people get a big head. And they think they could just go out in public barking at everybody and everybody's going to bow down. Not realizing that the person who's not fighting you is living in peace. And you want to be so right that you're living in turmoil. And you can't figure out why this person is doing so well but they're wrong. And you're doing so wrong, so bad, but you're right. It's because they let you believe your own BS and they moved on and moved away. Because your ideology doesn't translate to actual functionality in the real world. And that's what the person who decided not to argue with you anymore understood before they stopped interacting with you. So when you fight to be right, the only person that wins is destruction. So we out. Peace.